Hi, this is Dr. Jamika, and I want to thank you for joining us for our 30 Days of Radical Healing. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel right now. Right now. Today we are talking about goal setting. Right, it's the end of the year, and everyone's getting ready to end this year and start the new year off right. You know what we always start the new year with, right? New Year's resolutions, New Year's resolutions, New Year's resolutions. It's about that time. So, in order for you to decide which New Year's resolutions you're going to identify with, let's talk about goals and why and how we set goals. I'm always working with my patients in therapy on goals, so I'm going to give you a little quick Cliff Notes versions. I'm dating myself if you don't know what Cliff Notes are, but people my age know what Cliff Notes are. Today we're going to talk about 3 tips for you to use while setting goals. Everyone should be thinking about how to set goals right now. It is the prime time of the year. Not that you shouldn't have done it before, but you definitely don't want this year to end and you not have done that. The first thing you have to do, number 1, identify goals. Identify the things that you're going to focus on in the next year. Questions like, why is this goal important to me? Who told me this goal was important to me? How long have I wanted to work on this goal? And other things you should consider regarding that goal is, if I achieve this goal, what will change in my life? Because the purpose and goals really in achieving them is to have some type of measurable change in your life. Otherwise, why do it, right? So you want to make sure you focus in, zero in on what is going to change in your life. Hopefully it's something big. Hopefully it's something that can potentially be a domino effect. Like once that changes, that changes. So for instance, like if a goal is getting a new job in 2022, hopefully with that new job, then the domino effect would be you will feel better. Your mood would improve. Productivity would likely improve on this new job. Financially, this could give you more money, which could then impact other things in your household and potentially other things in your family, right? So that's what I mean by domino effect. So that was my number 1. Number 2 is, what resources and challenges do you have related to this goal that you're trying to achieve? I'm going to say goal or goals. It could be multiple, of course. What resources and challenges? So what are resources? Resources are things that you already have at your disposal that will enable you to reach your goals. Let's give you an example. Let's say you set a goal of, since I just mentioned job, I'm going to get a new job in 2022. One of the resources you might have is a subscription with Indeed or LinkedIn, a premium subscription where you get details and connections with job hiring individuals. Maybe you have an in with a certain headhunter or a person over a talent acquisition company, someone that you know and have a relationship with that is going to give you first dibs on when new jobs are posted. That will be a resource. Other resources that might be available to you that you might not think of as resources could be a coach, a career coach. If you have a career coach, someone who has been working with you to help develop your job readiness skills. So maybe you needed to be tightened up or sharpened on some of your, let's say, keyboarding and speed of that. Then maybe a job coach or a career coach would also be a resource that you would have. Maybe a resource in your case could be personality characteristics. So let's just say that, for the sake of argument, you are charming, funny, ha 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 ha. You crack everyone up. Everyone likes you. You are well-spoken. You have a wide or vast vocabulary. You could be able to learn quickly. That's definitely a resource. So I just want you to think outside the box, to jot down a list of resources that you would be able to use at your disposal to achieve whatever this goal is that you've set. So likewise, not only do you need to start jotting down resources, but you also need to keep track of challenges that could get in the way of you reaching these goals. So what are challenges? So let's say, again, let's stick with the same example of you plan to get a new job, a different job, better job in 2022. A challenge for you could be that you don't have high-speed internet. And that could make it difficult for you to communicate or have virtual interviews with some of the people that you might be looking at as far as employers. Let's say another challenge could be the hours that you are available to work. If you are a working mom, you could easily have childcare responsibilities after 3 or after 4 p.m. or heck, all day long. So that could be a challenge for you if you know that you cannot go in person to work on a job. So then going to work at an in-person job may not be a possibility for you based on your childcare responsibilities if you are a mom that needs to care for the children. Or if you know that you have to pick up your children or child at 4 o'clock from daycare, then you know that could be a challenge for you, because any job that you look at would then have to be a virtual job or have to be a job that ends by 4 o'clock p.m. So that could definitely be a very real world challenge. So these are the types of challenges that I could think of that you might want to start jotting down as you think about the goals, as you lay out this plan that you will have for 2022. So remember, resources, challenges, jot them down, reflect on them, think about those. Hopefully you can add more things to the list of resources, because these are the things you're going to tap into that will ultimately help you get this job, right? Sometimes people overlook resources. Sometimes people overlook resources that are in the form of a person. So maybe if you know someone, that's a resource. If you have access to an online database, that's a resource. If you have a book at home that you have read or can read, that's a resource. So that's what I mean when I think about things that can ultimately help you achieve this goal. In this example again, which is getting a job. The last thing, number 3, how will you feel when you achieve this goal? How will you feel? Will you feel good? Will you feel better? Will you feel great? Will you feel relieved? Will you feel excited? Will you feel nervous or anxious because it could be a new step or a new venture? Think about how you're going to feel when you achieve this goal. Let's take another example. Let's look at weight loss. If you're planning to lose weight in 2022 or get in more shape, so go to the gym more, get more active, maybe start strength training. How will you feel when you achieve that goal? Most times when people lose weight or start strength training or some type of aerobic activity, they feel good. They feel proud of themselves. They feel happy. They feel motivated. They feel inspired, and they also usually inspire those around them. So I want you to think more about how are you going to feel when you achieve this goal. Other parts of this that are very important is I need you to start visualizing what achieving this goal will look like. What does it look like when you lose weight? What would it look like when you get this new job? So in other words, what does it look like? What does it look like using my eyes? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? What does it sound like? You have to start visualizing in a very creative way what all these things are going to be. That way you can kind of train your brain to go there with you and start to manifest and imagine these things even before they happen, right? But you have to be able to visualize what achieving these goals are in order for you to be able to take those steps that are necessary to reach those goals. So today we've talked about 3 different tips that you need in order to do goal setting at the end of this year and as we start the new year. Stay tuned for more videos on 30 Days of Radical Healing. One of my next videos will be talking about testimony and the power of testimony, which is in my book, of course, I Am My Sister's Keeper, The Brown Girl's Guide to Radical Healing. You can find it on Amazon, but one of my other videos will definitely be talking about testimony, and I want to make sure that everyone understands what this is and how powerful the purpose of testimony can be in your life and in your journey of healing. So thanks for joining us. Hope you learned something today about goal setting. I'm Dr. Jamika. Subscribe to this channel.